defamation, Dele Farotimi faces 2 cases. In politics, Tinubu can't survive 2027 election with his policies. This is from Gabam. In the petroleum sector, Dangote's price reduction will lower cost of living. This is coming from Petroan. We are open for its placements, bookings, and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials on Facebook and YouTube, on Attractive Television Network, on Instagram and TikTok, on Attractive TV Network 1, on Twitter, on Attractive TV Net, which is live on our website at www.attractive.net.work.tv. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we will continue the rest of the stories. To stay with us.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Everybody's ambition is what
I have fought a very family.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they want.
I have fought a very family.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to
Welcome back. Joining us today is our regular, always at the studio. He's no other than Manki Tane Adubari Esquire. He's a solicitor, advocate, and also a mentorship coach. It's a pleasure to have you here with us, sir. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you so very kindly, and great morning and a great week to
Flames. The two metal buses collided and burst into heavy flames, resulting in the deaths of the passengers. The drivers drove the wrong ways to avoid traffic on the road, and they were even on a high speed. Both vehicles were loaded with passengers. One of the eyewitnesses said, "I counted 28 of the occupants, and 2 others died on their way to the hospital to receive treatment following heavy injuries," she said. Confirming the incident, the sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Samuel Ibetoye, said the victims were burnt beyond recognition. He noted that the accident was caused by excessive speeding and traffic violation, which leads to the head-on collision.
against you, you will just fall flat. And if you sustain injury, it will be difficult for that injury to get healed, because there is a role that your body plays in recovery. It's just like somebody who is taken to the theater, and that is the area that, you know, the doctors, they are also trained in psychology. If they find peradventure that the person is not psychologically stable to enter into the theater, they will tell you to take him away.
Yeah.
Because the person enters and is not in that mental state, he die. He won't come out. So I say this to people, you know, before my car was stolen, there is this psychology that you have. If I venture out of my car and enter into another person's car and I'm charging my phone, I will likely forget it. Do you understand? Because all my psychological status is that I'm in my car, where I usually leave my phone, no problem, until after some time, it will take some time. That is the same, yes.
Yeah, you know.
That's why some people, during rainy season, they always forget their umbrella. It's not the weakness of their mind, it's their psychological composition. The issue of right of way, that is, you drive, like in Nigeria here, you drive on the right-hand side, right-hand drive.
Yes.
That is the normal thing. Anybody who has right of way is psychologically composed that he is driving normally. In fact, you can even see a car coming, it's off his mind, off his radar. So anything can happen. The first point of challenge here is they were driving against traffic to get to where they were going fast, but they never got to. And I've said this some time ago at Woji, particularly. A keke driver had to drop me off and told me to get down.
Because you tried to correct it.
Yes, when we were going, I suddenly realized that this young man don't have any form of hindsight direction. That is the board mirrors. Do you understand?
Okay.
I don't try it.
Okay.
The board mirrors were off. So I asked the young man. That's why he turning his head. He was doing manual check. So I said, young man, what is the issue? You don't have mirror. So how do you drive? You know what he told me? He said, I've been driving from January till now, that God has been put. I said, no! Leave God issue out of this matter. What are you talking about God for? He says, God has been protecting me. I said, no, you are on an error path. You can't say God. You are paid by by passengers. Use that money to fix this side mirror. So you just look into it to guide you. All other passengers were complicit. They never said anything. And this is one of the problems that we have. All that is on the mind of these passengers, let him overtake others. I will get to the destination and I will tell them that we overtook people on the way. No, it's not always that way. Don't be deceived. Yes, our brothers and sisters who belong to security agents, we see what they do with expatriates on the road every day, even flogging people who have right of way. And some of this thing is seeping into the mind of people. If they can do this, let's follow them. The market has spoiled now. Let them. It's not always the right thing. Now that this thing has happened, you will now see traffic violation coming in. And the moment you are on the path of that violation, you are off completely. Is that your right of way? No. So when the second time, somebody, a lady, who was in the vehicle that was overtaking us perfectly, now stretch her hand. She was a wrong too, because when you see people on the road, they do one like this, waka. That is their content. Do you understand? That's why I tell people, you know, you are no greater than your mindset. And I tell people every day, you have to check your mindset. Your mindset matters. The Bible says that, you know, you should be careful about your thought, because out of it are the issues of life. That's your brain box. Okay. So as the lady stretched hand like this and said mumu to the keke driver, he got offended and said, "Are you seeing what I was telling you?" He said, "Okay, you are like a problem to me. He just pulled off and tell me to get down." He didn't collect money from me because he saw me. This is one thing that religion has done to us,
and this is one out of many.
Yes,
and this will also be a case of what happened in Ondo states. Probably one of them actually tried to correct the driver, slow down, because they were on traffic, on high speed.
These drivers, and this is a warning. The owners of these companies, they should be able to talk to their drivers if they will take them to what I may call mental coach exercise. They should coaching exercise. They should take them through and then take control of their mental space. That will teach you patience, right? It doesn't matter.
But in essence, where some of these states do not have traffic rules and regulations, if you check at some states, you notice that there will be a roundabout without a traffic warden. everybody just like, oftentimes you see these, there will be heavy traffic on that road. There's no traffic lights, there's no traffic warding, everybody can just drive and pass. That's also another concern.
No, I agree with you very correctly. In fact, those who are from the sinner crime are brothers who have traveled out, or even, let me give you a practical example, like share workers and some other high profile company workers who are trained. If you have the opportunity of going to share residential area, I've had occasion to work with share police, right? Okay. That time that there was a bomb blast in a share residential area. If you work with share police, let me say this from practical perspective, you will not think you are in Nigeria. You will not think you are. The first thing that will strike you is this Nigeria? That is why I usually tell you here that I'm an incurable optimist that things can change here. All that is the problem here is to have a good leadership. Nigerians will fall in. The first experience I had with share police, it will not leave me till I die.
Talking about leadership, what do you think does the leadership have to do concerning this to curb the cases of auto crash, accidents, and whatnot?
Check what those who are driving our political opportunities are doing on the road. And that will point to you, because what usually happens if you have younger ones in the house, if you have an opportunity and there is a camera, you know that children don't listen to you. They copy you.
Yes. True.
How you will know this very much is, let's say the house is mixed, you have male and female, and then let's say the man is a booty. The day they will mimic the man, oh my God, you will laugh and fall off watching the camera. You see the boy standing at the door, just do piam, you will see by other side. They will mimic it. Then it will occur to you that, look, you need a change of mind, because this is the same thing that happened to us when you talk about leadership. It's just like in his mental space, he sees that a vehicle that is going ahead of it. So it will just follow and then will crash into it. See the misery. They were even burnt beyond recognition. Okay. Can this send a message to others, particularly to passengers? Tell the driver to stop you. Okay. Even if you are paid the money, step alert out of it.
Okay. And that's in the case of the passenger.
Yes, you have a role to play.
Okay.
Because I would say that they were negligent in the circumstance, because they were complacent, because they've seen others do it. Or that others have been doing it does not guarantee you. Because at the end of the day, the law will cut off with you, and the law will give you red flags straight,
quickly,
not even yellow card.
Before we move on, I actually wanted to get your thoughts on what should be done by, because we talked about leadership. We said in that instance, what should be regulations, rules that should be put for defaulters of this road safety violence?
Sadly, I will tell you, one set of people or regulators that I used to respect in the past are road safety officials. Jokingly, my professional colleague told me this past week, they started collecting money now, even openly. And those of them who are listening to me, they know what I'm talking about. And it's so sad, because one thing on the highway is fear of the road safety. You need to see somebody that is not better seeing road safety from a distance. You see the effort the person will try to make it. And those who are psychologically trained, they can see the vehicle turning, they figure that yes, this person was not better. In some cases, you may not bet properly, you may just hang it, and then they tell you to come out. As you're coming out, it will be shown that you were not better.
Okay, so
but now that these people are compromised, that is part of what, because such people as this would have been caught in the web of heavy fine, but they know that they can give money and get away with it. Do you understand it?
Okay.
That is part. So that weakness on the part of the law enforcement agent is also encouraging this carnage. Because if you know that if you are caught, that you will not get away with it,
okay,
psychologically it will send you back in the territory. Yes. Okay. So if there is anything, it is not carrying on that matter. Only their presence alone is like a father that is disciplined. Do you understand? I don't mean a bully. When the mother is usually Do you understand?
Yeah.
Say, mommy, please, what do you want me to do? I'll do double. Don't tell daddy, I beg you. Do you understand?
Okay.
Because it is the mother he will run to, and now he's already destroying the landing field there. So he will tell you, please, don't tell daddy. What do you want me to do? I'll do it. But now that those who are involved, this all involved to law. Now those who are supposed to put the law, like Bob Marley said, he said, you do not expect justice where those who make the laws are criminals.
Thank you.
It's so sad.
Barrister Mikey, let's move forward. If I allow you, you would not let us get into the rest of the stories. Well, the federal government has disclosed ongoing plans to increase electricity tariffs over the next few months. The special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on energy, Oluveyi Jane, stated this at the Africa Heads of State Energy Summit in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where Nigeria presented a $32 billion plan to expand electricity connections by 2030. It, however, said that the planned increase needed to be balanced by subsidies for less affluent electricity users. According to the presidential aide, Nigeria is trying to resolve the transition to a cost-efficient but cost-reflective tariff to attract Last year, the federal government approved a threefold increase in electricity tariff for customers under the Band A classification. The move to raise tariffs comes amid mounting pressure from Nigeria's debt-burdened electricity distribution companies for tariffs to be cost-reflective so they can improve their finances. Tinubu has already taken several steps to ease the burden on state finances and encourage private investment since taking office in May 2023, including removing subsidies on fuel, she stated. In this instance of increase in tariff, we're just talking, we've had a conversation on telecommunication tariffs, yes, and then we're getting that FG is set to increase electricity tariffs again. Barely a year, less than few months when electricity tariffs were increased, and then it's not up to a month. That four credit units is about 1,000 naira now, if I'm mistaken, and it has been implemented, and they already have plans again to increase tariffs. What's your thoughts on this, please?
You see, let me be very honest to you. The reality on the ground is this: we are heading the wrong direction. Chidima, take it from me. We are heading the wrong direction. You know, like, have you had the experience of boarding one chance before? You know what we call one chance here? Like
a particular conversation about money and what's not.
That is a different one altogether. But it's a sister to this critical incident of one chance.
Okay.
Because most of these one chance they are kidnappers.
Okay.
If your psychological distinct balance is active, the moment you step into that field, it will gauge and tell you immediately. You will lose practically your security.
Yes.
And that is one of the things, worst thing I used to say this. I pray it does not happen to you. If you are declared wanted, it knocks the foundation of your personal security. Even if siren is blown across the road at AIT junction, right? You will hide under this table because you have lost your personal security. That is the way it used to be. It's unfortunate that we have a government. You see this paper they are giving at Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. We don't need rocket science. It's a deceit. I am trained, I'm educated to a level that I can confront even a professor who is lying. Do you understand? I did something that has to do with the environment. Most of our intellectuals, they throw out this paper in deceit. They don't believe in it. And that is what our academic system has been unfortunately torn into. the academic system is supposed to be a knowledge export center, valuable knowledge export center, that the ideas they are generating is supposed to be up to date. But most of the ideas they are generating are outdated ideas. Let me say this to you. Any nation that its National Assembly will concentrate as its national project solar power that will only illuminate and psychologically beat the people's idea to have a sense in the night as if they have electricity, while in the true sense they don't have any form of electricity, is doomed. Let me repeat myself. Any nation that is National Assembly, if you know the implication of National Assembly, that's supposed to be the representation of the people. Its major project, national project, is production of solar power as against electricity generation. That country is doomed, and Nigeria is a replication of what I am talking about. What is that? Whoever presented that paper, what are they talking about? Do we need rocket science? The other day I told you I went to Ogba. I was coming from Ogba, and our vehicle had a challenge at in Delhi. Energy had a platform there. They are flaring gas that can generate electricity for Nigeria. Chidema, I'm telling you, from morning till now, the energy that have been wasted through solar this morning, they know, can be harnessed and give us power for months. Just from morning till now. Who are they deceiving? And I've said this, that it's hard time. Look, Nigerians, listen very carefully to me. This is the game that is going on. Bola Tinubu, I don't give a damn. That's why I speak the way I'm speaking. I am speaking, my parents are dead. I am speaking for my daughter and my son and others who are caught in this economic web organized by Tinubu and his cohort, who are expanding the gate of eminoeconomics, which is his own economic theory that is anchored on IMF, that says that we should wait for the next 15 years for the light to be at the end of the tunnel. Because if you listen to them, they say 2030.
Yes,
may it not be well with.
Not on the right path.
It's meaningless. You don't understand the game. Let me just take a smart moment to explain what's going on. You know, the federal government, led by Tinubu, I don't believe in it. I will say that to you, and I stand by it. Even the professors know what I'm talking about. And I hold the justices of the Supreme Court accountable. I've told you before in this studio that a day is coming that the justices of the Supreme Court will answer to Nigerians what actually happened that led to their validation of Bola Tinubu. The records of Bola Tinubu are all over the place. Why has Bola Tinubu not been able to join issue with Trump? These records are there. The man who went to court that they should not release his result. You want to lead Nigerians, and you said they should not release your result that you got from.
He was elected the president of the country.
He was elected. He was imposed on us. Listen, let me tell you. Even if he was fraudulently brought into office, my concern.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Yes.
Even if he was fraudulently brought into office or allegedly brought into office through fraud, do you understand? When you come, it's like, let's say we belong to the same family, and there's one of our brother who wants to marry, and we are not very comfortable with the lady because in our local parent they say she don't hear eye. Do you understand?
Okay.
You know the meaning of that. And we are against it. The moment he gets married to the lady, she's part of us.
Okay.
Now have him come in, do the right thing. And I've said this to you. The Latin maxim, nemo daquo non habet, squarely picks Nigeria situation. A man cannot legitimately be expected to give that which he does not have.
Okay.
Bola Tinubu cannot give what he does not have. Only what Bola Tinubu has is the principle of eminoeconomics, which is what he practiced in Lagos, which is tax imposition. Expand the tax base and impoverish the people to the point that you will weaken and frustrate their economic power. Look, if you know what is happening in the what do you call it, in the stock foundation, those who are into shares, if you sell your shares now and you not test the economic power the money you have, you realize that the money is completely depleted. It's useless. How much is a bag of cement, for instance? Few years ago, you could buy a bag of cement for about 4,000 naira. Right now, I go to the terrorists to be bringing down the mast that transmit our power.
Why would you say the federal government gave way to the terrorists?
You know why I say so?
Because it's an individual decision. We actually had the case of the vandal that was electrocuted.
Hold on. Did you have the privilege to listen to Oshomole recently? It's recent interview.
Yes.
About the deceit of the federal government. What is happening in the South? The entire structure of the army now that is supposed to prevent and save Nigeria from external terrorism, their duty now is to increase oil production. They have their duty. So Nigerians now are.
Yes, thank you. We will go on a quick break. When we return, we will continue with the rest of the stories. Do stay with us.
Across the ocean. Stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,